Hey everyone and welcome to AddMeGamers. As most of you are interested in how to mod the game, or cheat for all you naughty people out there, FinnBat decided to give you a helping hand and create a modding tutorial. So, firstly he will explain on how to uncrypt the game files so you can start to actually mod them. Followed by how to edit the ammunition.txt, where you can change the price of ammo, weight, armor factor, and all other ammo related factors. Then, you got the characters.txt file. Here you will learn how to change looks, stats, traits, fees of the mercs, and of course enemy stats and their equipment and other factors, and finally merchants. After all this, he will discuss the main locations.txt file, which allows you to change the map location settings such as maximum militia and the amount of defenders. After which he will then discuss the music files, which explains to you how to change in-game music such as combat music or main menu music, and finally textures and weapons. Without further ado, here's FinnBat.
Hi there, my name is FinnBat. I want to show you something about modding, so I decided to make this short modding tutorial. When you want to mod the Jagged Alliance game, first thing you have to do, you have to go to the Jagged Alliance Back in Action discussion board, and you can find it from jaggedalliance.com. and in the forums section. Now I'm here in the English section and I go into the modding section here. And there's a discussion going around BIA 2's project. You click that and you go to the first page, you will find Sbobovich have made very good programs and tools how to uncrypt the files in the Jagged Alliance game directory. Let's go and see his tools here. The pack magic exe is the key how you open all those packet back files. Then he has different files also for the CTX files, CUI files, and deck magic for deck files. And he has the new process going on for the Blender importer. It's not totally finished 100% as he wrote in his in the blog here, but in the forum, but it's quite well going on. So in few days we have it full. So you click the getting started link, and mostly what you need is this chipped repository. When you click that, the system will download you the full packet, and when you got the packet, you can unzip it wherever you want it. And I have for to make things shorter, will show you I have made a different directory which I call Moddauskancio. It's Finnish if you want to learn Finnish. It's the modding directory, and here I have different things, and Sbobovich BIA tools are shown here. And he has documents and readme text files, but in the source, in the distribution there, here we have these exe files. So what you need, you're going to need this pack magic exe, and you can take a pressing Ctrl and C, you make a copy of that, and then we go to the main game directory called BIA. In my directory you will see I have the binwin32, which is the modding directory, but then also I have vanilla version here. I have a copy of vanilla version, which is like you have if you don't have any mods, you have levels and videos and those two files only. If you have uncrypted everything, you will get, and then when you have uncrypted everything, you will get this kind of a huge amount of different files and directories. So what you're going to have to do, you have to pass the pack magic exe here, which you just made a copy, and then you choose past, so the program comes here. What we do here with all these pack files, which there are very many, So one by one, you see here are voices, here are music, all kind of back files. So take one at a time and you take it and you drag it and you drop it to the BackMagic exe. And when the file is dropped there, everything which is unpacked goes into the WinBin32. And actually I'm showing you the vanilla encrypt. After everything is unpacked, you get this kind of directory full of everything. A huge amount of files. So what I did, I just renamed the WinBin directory and I put vanilla encrypted. So now I have so-called vanilla version. When I want to take some vanilla versions, text open here, ammunition like so. This is from the original game. You have it here, and then when I go to this is so-called game files. When I'm playing now, I'm using these files because they are in the original binwin directory, and I have here like ammunition text, which I have changed a little bit, and everything I have changed it. I have made 2 slashes and my bookmark after the FinnBats. So in ammunition text and all these text config files, you can make those with Notepad. And here is actually one main rule. Everything what you write and you don't want the game to use, you put 2 slash in front of that. So everything which you write after those 2 slashes, it's up to you. The game doesn't understand, the game doesn't use that line. But then all these lines without the slashes, the game is using these values taken for this type, for this ammunition. The code is 900 for 357 calibers ammunition. So it uses these values, making price 250, box size, weight, ammunition, type of, and then the armor factor. The lower the value is, the more the vest is taking the impact, the so-called armor penetration from the bullet. So if like 9 millimeters, where do we have the 9 millimeters? Here we have 9 millimeters. So this have 9 millimeters. I use armor factor 1.0, and when you shoot with the 9 millimeters in the game, you will see that if enemy has a good Kevlar vest, so the bullets doesn't do much harm. And you can even put the higher, if I remember right, it was 1.3 in vanilla version. So I have a little bit take it down because still I don't think if we think that 1.0 is so-called unmodded value for Kevlar vest versus bullet. So 9 millimeters is just that. Many of the Kevlar vest producers, when they announce that how much a vest can absorb the penetration power, so they use, as a measure, they use these 9 millimeters bullets. most of the vests are sold for security purposes, and then we have different kind of vests when we are talking about military purposes. So that's my. But this is they are so-called academic questions, and about these academic questions we can discuss forever and forever, if you like. But anyway, I always then I make changes. I bookmark my markings with 2/ and then your name there. And then if you want to make some more extra for your opinion, then you go ahead. You're free to write whatever you want there. And if you want to take that away, then what you do? You put 2/ in the front of that. And you can copy. You take Control copy, and then you make a new line and Control V, so it passed, and then you change like you want to have it, like whatever, line 2. And if you want, you'd write this is my value. So it's very easy to change all these values. Just remember this slash in front. And if you make the new value, so slashes here in between the value and your text, otherwise bad things happens when you change those, and don't remember to put those slashes. So anyway, that's it. And I'm not going to save it, so I don't want to spoil my game. So then we have characters text, and here we have all the mercs, and we have enemies. We have everyone is here actually. So let's see. First, of course, you have a little bit explanation text here, which explains your different values, what they mean, and what kind of traits you can use, and etc. etc. But they are quite so-called self-explanatory also. When you have the value gender, skin color, eye color, okay, they are very self-explanation. But then the values, you will find them in the player bodies text. There we have different all kind of. But then you also have here, you have this, like here's the explanation text for eye colors. If you use 0, it's blue, 1 for brown, 2 for green, and 3 for gray. So it's very easy. But most of these body values, actually we don't touch them, we don't do anything for them. But here is something interesting. We have so-called attachment, and value is 70. There is 2/ in front of it, so the game doesn't use it. But if you take these 2/ away, then Barry will have attachment 70 attached to him. And you will find what is attachment 70. And you can find the attachments from the player bodies. And actually, if you want, you can write it. It's a holster. So that's better way to make things. So you write attachment 70, and because everyone doesn't know what attachment 70 is, so you make here a description. Attachment 70 is holster. So when you know something, share it. So other modders have easier after to correct your mistakes or change your mistakes. However, and okay, Barry, he has these stats for agility, dexterity, and strength. These are the values which we mostly change if we want. And here's a funny story, like Barry has, you can see here is his traits, and he's been traits like he has an explosive expert. Okay, in the vanilla version, he's traded, was it 92, and because he has also a trait called Wimp. So I decided that if Barry is a wimp, so he can't be very bold guy who goes and demolition mines and bombs and like that. So I decided that he can only have 78 point in explosive skills because he's a wimp, and like his marksmanship is also lower to 50 and things like that. It's nice to play guard when you're making it. Then okay, you can change, you can give, or you can take away traits if you want. It's very easy. You just make like if you don't want, if you love Barry and don't want him to be a wimp, so put 2 slashes in front of me. And now Barry is not more wimp. He became a Superman. Every girl's or every mother-in-law's favorite son-in-law. Then we have the equipment. You can add different whatever you want, and in my mod I have made so-called aim pack gear back. So every merc have quite good. They don't have very good. They have quite good packet, because I think aim after many battles in Metavira and those places, so it's a professional organization, and when they send the employees to battlefield, they also give them proper gears. And then we have assaulters, we have snipers, we have demolition and technical, and we have medical experts. So according their traits, which you can find the traits here. So like when Barry is he is still the explosives expert, a wimp one. So he got with him, he got a few C4 remote controlled or timer control demolition packets, so he can blow up things. Yeah. And so on and so on. Let's see a little bit enemies, which are many are interested about. If we just find, there are so many here. Quest NPCs and human militia. This is your guys. You can give if you want to have super militia, so you can give them all kind of items. But well, it's an academic question again. We can discuss about it forever and forever. But let's see the enemy. Here are enemies, bad guys, enemies. So enemies have, they are level 5, they are called Royal Guards. We have assassins, we have soldiers, we have brigands and bandits, a different level. So first level, which is here now open, it's level 5 enemy soldiers and called Royal Guard 1. These guys appears at the bottom of the map in the south sectors, where they are the most important, and we are close. The closer you get to the Queen's Palace, the harder you get opposition. So here you can give all kind of values which you like. If you like to play the game as a walkthrough, very easy. Then you just give it 10 points to everything. then you have easy play, walkthrough, and you can give them different kind of uniform add-ons. And then comes the weapon section, and now here you will see that here is one so-called original packet of the weapons and things, and then the same thing as doubled, as copied and doubled. And this comes from the thing that you will get a lot of loot. When the enemy dies, he drops everything from his hand. Normally he drops one gun and bullets and things which are as double. And if you don't like of so many dropped items, then you could just come here and then push the delete. You take away those doubled, and now you will have so-called vanilla version of items, and maybe the enemy drops one bullet and now and then, and very occasionally he drops the gun, and when he drops the gun it's red. It means it's broken. But I wanted to make it more realistic, so that's the reason why I have doubled every enemy's items and guns and those. So we get a lot of loot, but isn't it in reality like that? When you shoot a guy, he don't swallow his gun. He drop it on the ground, and everything what he got with his also. So that's for the characters. And one thing more, here's the interesting part, is those guys who are selling. Like Samuel Elegin, here he's selling these items. And here in the game there are really a lot of merchants selling things, and more even. Actually that was not the, sorry, it was, where do we have the merchants? They have a long list of things they are selling. I must say this character text file is huge. It's so. So here we have the merchant, and if you want, you can. They have a like called massive ammo shop. This is the guy in, like it's written, Mill, based on Soldier 5, is a soldiers of Daedra that sells ammo and weapons near the Alma military barracks. So if you want to add even more bullets and beans to this guy, you can, to this huge long list, you can add. You can add whatever you want, and you can, everything what you would like to add there you can find from weapons text, the weapons, or from ammunition text, or from the items text, button and beans. So you just, or then you just like copy this long list and paste it after there, so that way you can double or triple or whatever you want of this guy's inventory. So these all text files are the same. They have the same kind of structure. We have value, and we have the possibility to change them very easily. They are very self-explanatory also, those things we have in it. In the main location text, now when I open this, so we have these mill slots and def slots and defenders. These are the values which we actually mod when we mod. Mill slots is for the amount of how many militia you will get when you have freed the sector. How many militia in maximum you will get? 25. And it's a value we don't want to touch it. And if you want, of course you can make it, but don't ever make it higher than this def slots values, because def slots value is the key factor of how many different places and routes and so-called spot we have for soldiers in the sector, which is code then in the exe file. So this value never change anything. Don't do anything with this value. Let it be. And then if you want to make, like I have made the ultimate mod, I have made very much soldiers in the mod, so that's the reason I have made for every level is like this. So first level, second level, third level enemy, fourth level enemy, and the Queen's Guards level 5 enemy, how many they are. And this then the total sum when you count this shouldn't go over that value. If it goes over that value, what happens? When you have freed the sector and you go back to map page, you will get kicked right away back to the sector, and all with the sum, like say there would be total sum would be 46. So it happens that 10 enemy comes like in Stargate. They come into the sector and they kick your ass very hard. So this is important to remember. Don't change this deflot value, and don't make these total amount of these enemy soldiers on that area to go above that value. That's the key rule for modding main location text. And so on. But then we have the music. It's named Combat 1, 2, 3 like that. You can take whatever MP3 music you have. You can put it here in this directory just to rename it. You rename it then Combat 3, and you can play it in the game. Now you can listen my new music, which is going to be in the next mod version 2.0. I have found very nice music for that, and you will really, I'm sure you all will going to love this new music. And we can leave it to play in the background. And what else? Then we have the textures, of course. Textures. We have a lot of, well, actually not so many textures in, but these all, when they are now here in the actual game directory. So these all text which we are here now, so they are so-called modded text. And you know, the system with the game is like this. Now we are in the main directory. So normally first when you start the game, so the game goes in the binwin directory and search for the files the game needs, and if it doesn't find the file from there, then it goes to the encrypted pack file and search the file from there. So the everything what you have here in your binwin directory goes to the game, and if the game doesn't find it from here, it takes it from the vanilla. So that's a reason why we can also have, like here where we had the textures, characters. So we have, so actually we don't have many. Only those who are changed and modded by some way. If we compare it with, let's go and compare it with vanilla version, textures, character. So you see here huge amount of text of graphic texture files. Hundreds. But now you know. It's going to be a different tutorial for I think for how to mod textures, how to mod. Here we have all these these CAD files for weapons and things, and now Sobovic is doing great job. He has almost finished his tool for how we can uncrypt these and then get it back to game like ACO 47, and it will soon happen. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. It was a short tutorial for how to mod things, and you are welcome. And then when you have modded something, you come to the modding, here to the modding directory, and you write here what kind of mod you have made, like here is Ultimate Aim Professionals, and you go and make the first page, make a photo, tell what you have done, what you have changed, make for guys to possible to download your mod, and etc, etc. And then you will get prize, and everybody thinks you are a cool guy. Okay, thank you. See you later, guys.
Well, as FinnBat would say, it was a Simsalabim tutorial. It covers, I believe, the basics on how to get started in the modding game. Of course, if you have any requests on what you would like FinnBat to concentrate on, just leave your comments below, and he might make it. This is it for this tutorial, so happy gaming and see you again next time.